John Fritz of Listi drove commercial trucks for over 10 years. He was what some would call a workaholic.
Life was good. I had a job that I really liked, and I made good money at doing it. I got a fair amount of overtime. Nobody ever questioned me. I was pretty much my own boss.
A few years ago, John started noticing changes in his vision.
My one eye got pretty blurry one night when I was sitting at the table writing checks out. It's like I'd take my glasses off and my hand over one eye and to the other and said, gee whiz, there's something wrong with this eye. I got to go have it looked at. And then it jumped into the other eye, and I thought, here we go. I am going blind.
John contracted acute retinal necrosis, a virus that quickly began destroying his vision. John had a hard time coming to terms with his diagnosis.
I was angry. It's like, Lord, I know I wasn't living the proper life, but I wasn't living the worst life either. How could this happen? It's like I couldn't do nothing properly. I was tripping down steps, cutting my fingers on paring knives, and grabbing for the doorknob and missing it, running into the door, running into the side of a doorway, just banging your head or catching your shoulder. It was like my whole life was crumbling. Things were truly different.
John lost all of the vision in his right eye and over half the vision in his left. For help, he reached out to the Somerset County Blind Center.
I got gadgets you wouldn't believe that helped me out. So if God wasn't going to restore my eyesight physically, He was helping me mechanically. And I was so grateful. Every time they come, they unloaded the car with this, and had new ideas. Why didn't I reach out clear in the beginning?
Best of all is a monthly support group where the legally blind gather for friendship and social interaction.
The first one I went to, I had a great time. As a matter of fact, right now I don't want to miss them. It's on my calendar. The Blind Center had taught me that it wasn't only me, that there's other people out there that are doing the same thing. And I'm not a geek. There is two activity people that come, and we do crafts. It's enthusing. Going to the Blind Center, they gave me the courage to be around other people, and I'm not as bad off as some others, and now I realize that, and life is actually good. I'm at peace. I'm at true peace with the way my situation is.
Whitney Croyle was 17 years old when she found herself alone without any family.
So the first couple of weeks when I was by myself, I was scared, alone, worried, didn't know what to do. I was worried about paying the bills, what I was going to eat, where I was going to go next, was getting evicted.
Diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and adjustment disorder, Whitney's school principal set up a meeting with the Alternative Community Resource Program's Blended Case Management Program.
I was very nervous and upset about it all. I didn't want to do it at first, and then I met Laura, and it went really good. She was nice. I loved talking to her. She was there for me for everything, and that I felt like I needed that a lot.
And one of her first goals was to obtain an apartment, and she wanted to live independently because she had gone through some struggles with her family, and she was living with her boyfriend at the time, and she just wanted to have a place of her own. So Blended Case Management helped Whitney obtain that goal and get her own apartment.
Blended Case Management helped Whitney find transportation to and from work and helped her find and maintain her first apartment.
I work at the Blind Association. I sew for PennDOT, their safety vest, and I like it there a lot. I like doing what I do. It feels good coming home from work every day knowing that this is my place. I would not be where I am today without Laura and ACRP helping me get where I am today.
I think Whitney has great potential to remain independent, so I see a bright future for her.
I feel really good about myself now, more now than probably I ever did, and it feels good to know that I have a job, I have an apartment, more than a lot of people probably don't have, and it makes me feel good that I have this, and because of Laura. I probably wouldn't have it if it wasn't for her.
She spent a lot of time with them. She was the model big sister.
Deborah Yonner Golby is a mother of 4. Last year, she received the call every parent dreads. Her 27-year-old daughter, Alyssa, was killed in an automobile accident. Deborah and her husband, Tim, tried to explain the tragedy to their younger children, Cheyenne and Angel.
We took them to a separate room away from everybody else and tried to explain that there was a car crash and that Alyssa was not going to be ever coming back to the house. When it's your child and you have to tell their siblings that they're never coming back and they idolized her, that is really, really hard to do. And they have crazy questions, like why didn't the guy stop the truck? Why didn't she turn the wheel and get out of the way? And these things I can't answer for them either. She did her best. She did her best, and then we revert to she's with the angels and she's going to be watching down over you forever, and that didn't satisfy them. They wanted her physically there, then, now. Bring her back, whatever it takes, bring her back. Which was heart-wrenching for us, horrible for them, when we had to tell them, no, we can't do it.
The Healing Patch offers support to children dealing with death.
It always let me fill out my feelings, bring it out, and it's not. I'm not afraid to say anything because no one's gonna say anything to anybody. So I feel safe saying that. The stuff that I say here.
This is her place. This is where she comes and just fits in. She doesn't feel like she's making Mommy sad. She gets some roundabout answers I think she's looking for. Maybe not from me, but from the other kids, from the volunteers that work with them.
It's called The Healing Book, and I wrote some stuff in it. Whenever I feel upset at someone or something about what Alyssa died, I would cry, forget about it, scream, wish it would not happen, and needed a hug whenever that person was in my mind. That's what I wanted to do and what I needed.
And I don't think she would have ever verbalized these things to me had we not started to come here to the Healing Patch. I truly think she would have kept it all inside because she was afraid of hurting me and her dad and whoever else was around. She found an outlet, a great outlet.
With your donations, Our United Way can continue helping our neighbors, like Earl and William A. Williams, who received money to help pay for heating their home last winter.
Well, last year was so harsh and cold, we ran out of fuel. And I don't know what we'd have done if it hadn't been for Catholic Charities.
The United Way has impacted my life.
Impacted our lives.
United Way impacted our lives.
Your donation to United Way impacted my life.
Impacted our lives in a positive way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.